Hey guys, it's Kira. I'm back with another video, and today is a little bit of a celebratory video. Today marks 8 years since I started my dreadlocks, and I've had my dreadlocks. So I'm going to take you guys on like a picture timeline of my 8-year loc journey and what I expect in the future, whether or not I'll keep them, what's the fate of my locks, what I plan on doing with my locks. So let's roll on into the video. Today is February 7th, 2020, which makes it exactly 8 years after I started my locks. I would definitely say it's the best decision I've made for my hair and my daily life that I possibly could have made, because it cuts a lot out of my day as far as getting ready for the day and getting things done. I can just go on about my business as far as getting ready for the day. I basically wake up, I shake my hair, maybe moisturize it, oil it if I need to, get dressed, and go on about my day. I don't really do too much styling. I tend to let my hair do whatever it wants as far as my roots, as long as they're not super tangled and there's not 6 of them trying to marry each other. I make sure that they're not all tangled at the root and go on about my day. I started my locks using the comb coil method here at a hair salon here in Jersey where I live. If I'm being completely honest with you all, I wasn't very happy when that chair turned around and I saw how short my hair was, because it was just an adjustment for me. I love the look of short hair, but on me, I just wasn't used to it. I was coming from wearing box braids and single lace twists on a regular basis to this tiny little mini fro in this chair, because I had perms prior to starting my locks. I had permed my hair 9th and 10th grade, took a break 11th grade year, and then went into single lace twists and box braids for about half of my senior year until I started my dreadlocks. So since I wore braids and cornrows and all types of, styles that kept my hair up in protective styles and things of that nature, and didn't really deal with my loose natural hair a lot, I decided that locks would be the best decision for me anyways, because for me it's all about convenience and what keeps my hair healthy. So protective styles was the best way to protect my hair and keep it growing for my everyday life, as far as going to physical therapy, swimming every day, and things like that. It was just one less thing I had to worry about if my hair was up in box braids or single lace twists or cornrows or whatever have you. Throughout these 8 years, I would have to say the biggest lessons I have learned is to definitely be patient, because it is definitely something. Locking your hair is definitely something that takes time. I would say it took my hair maybe a total of 4 to 6 months to, I'm going to say 4 months to lock up before you could really say, okay, they're locks and they're here to stay. It's definitely something you have to be patient with, because then once they lock up, you're like, okay, what can I do with it now? So I was really nervous for me, because February, I started my locks February 7th, and prom was a few months away. So my senior prom was a few months away. So I was really nervous as to how this would look by prom, what kind of styles I could get, what would it complement my dress. I will put a picture of my prom photo in here somewhere when I put the pictures of like my loc journey throughout the years here in this video. But it ended up working out really well. I ended up with a very cute swooped all over, barrel twist all over to one side and letting this side hang. It looked really pretty. I was able to style a lot sooner than I thought I was going to be able to. I think I started styling my locks, or having my locks styled, around maybe 4 months in. Right around the time it started to, you could tell that they were locking up and, becoming mature. I started styling around then, and now I tend not to style as much because my hair has gotten so much length to it that it's heavy. So I tend not to style. If I do a style, it's usually something that keeps it just out of my face for a while. Anything from fishtail braids to just doing single a braid out, and just things that'll make it easier to just sweep it up, put it up in a bun or a ponytail, and have it out of my way for when I'm around the house, cleaning up and doing things of that nature. Because as y'all can see in every video, I flip my hair about 10 to 20 times, trying to keep it out of my eyes. People ask me about how my dreadlocks do with my piercings on my face. I have woken up some mornings with my bonnet slips off, and have woken up some mornings where my hair is tangled around my nose rings. But it never takes me more than a couple seconds to untangle my hair. There are people in my family who are also locked, so it was not an easy adjustment to make at first, because I didn't, like I said, I wasn't really a big fan of the shorter look on me, the ugly phase that everybody swears you go through. Now looking back, I don't think they looked as bad as I thought they did, but probably at the time, I'm a teenager. This is senior year of high school, and I made a way bigger deal than I should have about what my hair looked like back then. Now I'm like, I wish my locks were shorter. It was a lot easier to deal with shorter locks than it is now. And I had my locks started, this front row started towards the front of my head. So as they grew out, it would look more like a bang because I have a big old forehead, thanks to my grandmama. I have a big old 5 head, so I thought that would be cute for a while until like 2-3 years in, and they're in my eyes, and my brother would say, "It looks like your eyes are in jail." If I was going to recommend things that you shouldn't do or should do with locks, I would say try them out before you get them. Please do your research, because I've lost quite a bit of length from not knowing what products to stay away from, and what products to use due to product buildup and the terrible habit that I developed of physically picking the white specks or spots that some people might see in their locks if they have like lint buildup or product buildup. I've since found, stop picking once I realized, hey, you're losing quite a bit of your hair picking this out, because you're pulling out hairs that are actually still intertwined in there. And just decided to go with just being very careful about how I sleep or wrapping my hair, and making sure that they get washed every 3 to 4 weeks and moisturized on a very regular basis, because my hair tends to dry out very easily. It's very thick and curly, and so it soaks up literally everything so quickly. So I'm moisturized probably about twice a week to be sure that I'm okay, and wash every 3 to 4 weeks, usually 3, because I don't want to get oil buildup in my hair. I don't like the feeling of like extremely greasy hair or like way down here. I don't like that. And it controls a bit of my wild roots that tend to grow out. I retwist maybe about every 2 to 3 months, sometimes 4. Honestly, my retwist just depends on my mood. Do I want to do it myself, or do I want to go out and spend almost $100 to get them retwisted, or will I let it just do what it's gonna do and retain as much length as possible? Like I said, it's by far one of the best decisions I've ever made. I love my locks. I complain that I'm gonna cut them off every other day when I get them stuck in a shirt, or I've actually closed my hair in a door once or twice. So I've definitely threatened to cut them off, not to be taken seriously, because honestly, I don't plan on cutting them off until this hairline of mine starts receding. And right now, my hairline is fine. I just got a big old forehead. I'm fine. They're still growing and beautiful, so they're here to stay. By far, I would say that if I remember the funniest thing about the first day that I started my dreads. I didn't go to school that day, just so I could get my hair done. I'm pretty sure some of us have done that. Played a little bit of hooky so we could get cute and go to school the next day or go to work the next day. I was sitting under the dryer, almost finished, almost ready to go home, and my vice principal walks through the hair salon about 2 hours after school let out. She goes, "Hi, sweetie, how are you?" And I go, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And just remember thinking, I hope she didn't notice I wasn't at school today, because at the time she was the chaperone for lunch, and she would always speak to me every day when she saw me. So I was like, I hope she didn't notice I wasn't at school today, but she didn't. And every day, she saw me after that. She would go, hey, hair salon buddy, because now she knew where I would go to get my hair done. Another funny story about my locks is the day I closed them in a door. I was attempting to go to use the bathroom, and definitely closed my hair in the bathroom door. Turned around too fast and didn't realize my hair was closed in the door. So I had to unlock the door, open it, pull my hair out, and then close the door back. Now that I'm about 8 years in, as far as the future goes for my hair, my length goal is about waist length. Once I'm there, I'm kind of content. And as long as my hairline stays right where it is and doesn't move, doesn't start receding, we don't start looking like an old man with a receding hairline, they're here to stay. As far as coloring goes, you see the lighter ends, and that's because at one point my hair was completely, from root to tip, was red. That is my color of choice. I've never attempted any other colors. Personally, I just like red hair on me, so that's why I chose it. I haven't had my hair dyed in maybe, I think about 3 years, almost 4. If I had to do anything else, if I would do anything else, any major changes, maybe combine a few. And I did recently pick up, let me get my basket down here. I did recently pick up a set of crochet hooks, crochet needles, for my locks, because I've been thinking about just combining a few, just to give them, not because they're damaged or they're thinning, just to make them a little bit bigger, especially just a tad bigger, because if anybody notices, yes, my edges are fully locked. Like, this is on my hairline. This is my hairline. So, my edges are locked. So, my locks around my hairline are a bit smaller, just to save my edges. Nobody wanna walk around with no edges. So my hair around my edges, or my locks around my edges, are a lot smaller, and I wanted to just combine a few in the back, just to give them, just because the back of my hair is really thick, so I feel like I could stand to have locks that are a little bit thicker back there. So I purchased a 0.5, if I can show y'all in the camera, a 0.75 millimeter crochet needle, and a 5 millimeter crochet hook, or a needle, however you want to phrase it, as a set. These were $4.99 on Amazon, and they came in this little case. I'll link them down in the description box below. Like I said, this is probably, I love my hair. No matter how much I complain that I'm going to cut it off, I don't think my hair is going to change anytime soon. Some people complain like, oh, it's not versatile enough for me. is versatile enough for me. I feel like whatever you could do with loose hair, you can do with locks. That's just my opinion. Like I said, I don't envision myself cutting them off unless this hairline starts receding or I've lost one, but it was so small you couldn't even tell. And I think it was because they again, it was so tiny I can't even tell you where it was. I just remember holding my lock and being sad. You can't tell where it went missing from, or like I went to go pull them apart with oil, of course, and when I finally got them loose, I lost the tinier one of the two. I didn't keep it because I was like, it's so small and nobody will notice, and I don't notice it either. So, I lost my train of thought. As far as changes go, like I said, it probably wouldn't be much. If my style or plan for once it is time for these dreadlocks to go, is this to rock an extremely shortcut? Because, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of like trying to style hair. Like, I don't style my hair very much, especially not on my own. So, I would just cut it all off and keep it short. Even though at first, when I first started my locks at 17, I wasn't really for it. Now I'm like, I'm going to need something that's low maintenance as possible. So a haircut is the best way to go with that. At least in my opinion. That's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank all 20 of you for subscribing. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.